Hi guys, this is Jagruti, and I think people who know me personally know that I love weird, absurd, inappropriate comedy shows with convincingly flawed characters. And I love people who are true to their weirdness. They are generally my favorite kind of people. So these are my top 5 shows from Netflix that are such shows. So the first such show is Crashing, and it's on Netflix, and it's by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It's her first TV series. Those of you who already know her know that she's awesome, right? But those of you who do not, she's a little goddess. And I love her storytelling, I love her writing, and I love her perspectives. So, Crashing follows a group of 20-year-olds living in a disused hospital in London, and the thing I love about the show is the second-hand embarrassment, which is almost masochistic that you get when you watch it. It's glorious. It is a very, very messy show, and it almost feels like you're catching up with a fun friend and a friend that doesn't judge you but also sees through you completely. My second favorite show is Master of None, and it's by Aziz Ansari, the comic, and the writer Alan Yang. And it's loosely about the life experiences of Aziz Ansari, and it touches a lot of contemporary topics with a lot of ease, and it just makes it so much more lighter. So Ansari is the protagonist of the show, and he is startlingly humble and sometimes extremely sweet, which makes the show not an ego trip that you would probably expect it to be. The show gradually matures, and it's very quirky, but then it goes on to explore themes of love, hope, fear, youth, all of these things, and how to find love in places that you would least expect it in the most emotionally impactful and insightful ways. So the third show that I really, really love is Friends from College. It's on Netflix. It's a very unique show. It's about 5 people, 5 friends who are friends in college, who studied in Harvard actually. They're very well educated, and now they're entering this new era of their life when they're in their 40s. Well, the show has gotten a lot of bashing from the viewers because the characters are very self-centered, and they are very selfish, and there's a lot of infidelity and lying to their partners, and seemingly they are hateable characters with a lack of heart. But when it comes to me personally, I love the fact that they have been portrayed as people who are real, and such stuff happens in real life. We just need to be more accepting of it, and it's just how real life is sometimes. It's messy. So the fourth show that I really, really love that's on Netflix is called Love, and it's made by Judd Apatow, and I don't know if that's the right pronunciation of his name, but he has made some of the best movies that I've watched. For instance, like movies like Knocked Up, and This is 40, and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and Superbad, and all these movies that I would personally call Seth Rogen movies. They are just supreme. So he has made this show called Love, which is again based on real life, and you could honestly just call the show life, because when you watch it, you feel like you've seen this before, you've experienced all of this stuff before. The show depicts the life of this couple, Mickey and Gus, who are constantly growing together, and Mickey is struggling with addiction issues and also emotional issues from her childhood, and she's just this badass rebel, whereas Gus is this guy who's been a pushover, who's been this guy who's managing everybody's emotions in his family, which means that sometimes he's a pushover and sometimes he's a people's pleaser. So the fact that both of these people were so starkly different from each other. Some of the examples of what I really like about the show is the show depicts really well stuff like the awkwardness after you crack a lame joke and nobody's laughing, or stuff of like the feeling of victory when you receive this text from somebody you like, and also like times when you're navigating a party where you don't know anybody and you feel so alone there, and all of those moments in our life that happen but nobody talks about, or even we don't confront it. So the fifth show that I really, really love is called Please Like Me. It's on Netflix. It's an Australian show about this boy called Josh who recently got dumped by his girlfriend, and he discovers that he's gay, and then he moves back in with his mom, who is struggling from serious mental health issues, and she recently attempted suicide, so now he has to stay with her, and it's just like about him navigating his 20s. It's hard for me to describe the sheer brilliance of this show, but if I had to, I would say that this show takes all these crucial and heartbreaking aspects of our life and tackles it with absolute absurd and blunt humor, and that just makes light of every situation and just integrates every darkness and just like produces light, and you won't even know it. It's like you're so consumed into it, it's like so effortless. It's quite possibly the best show I've ever watched, and you guys just have to watch it. Also, it has Hannah Gadsby, that from Nanette, the comedian. She is obviously amazing, and if you haven't watched Nanette, you guys have to watch Nanette. Have to watch it. Have to. That's it. These are my 5 favorite shows that I would urge you guys to watch. And yeah, let me know if you watched it and what do you think of it. Bye.